During the year after I graduated from high school, I experienced an incredible act of service from a 16-year-old high school sophomore named Greg. I traveled to Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, and met up with a team going on a mission trip to Monterrey, Mexico. The mission trip was led by YWAM, otherwise known as Youth of the Mission. The team consisted of adult leaders, college students, high school students, and junior high students. During our time in Monterrey, Mexico, each day we would go out and do ministry among the people. We worked in an orphanage, we passed out Bibles, did various things during that week. There was one day that one of the young people on the mission trip got sick. His name was Robbie, and he was an 8th grader. Because he was sick, he wasn't able to go out and do ministry with us that day, so he stayed behind with an adult leader. Because he was only in 8th grade, they wanted somebody else there, so they had Greg, this 16-year-old high school sophomore, stay behind with him. A quick side note before I continue, I am a very, very picky person. Call it OCD, but I don't like people messing with my stuff. I like my stuff the way it is, and I'm very picky. I was picky then, and over 40 years later, I'm still picky. Anyway, that day before I left, I had laid out my sleeping bag all nice and neat. My sleeping bag was laid out, my pillow was laid out, my bag was laid out, and everything was set there. Went out and did ministry that day. Came home that evening after doing ministry, and I could tell that somebody had touched my stuff, and it really bothered me. My sleeping bag was all folded up, not how I left it. My pillow was all stacked on top of my sleeping bag, and my bag was there. And I was very angry that somebody had messed with my stuff while I had been gone. I went to the adult leader who stayed behind that day, and I said, "Hey, what in the world? Who's messing with my stuff while I was gone today?" He said, "Well, Dan, while you were gone today, Robbie threw up all over your sleeping bag and all over your pillow. Greg took your sleeping bag and your pillow, and he soaked it in the bathtub, soaked it to get all of Robbie's chunks off your sleeping bag and off your pillow. Then after he soaked it, he rinsed it, he washed it in the washing machine, he dried it, and then he folded it all up nice and neat for you. He wanted it to be nice for you when you got back this evening." My annoyance went from being annoyed to, "Oh, wow, that was really incredible." The really cool thing about this is that Greg did not even mention to me what he had done. It was the adult leader who told me. Greg didn't say a word about it. And for Greg, 16-year-old who loved Jesus, and he found a need and he filled it. And didn't announce it at all. Because sometimes we as Christians, when we do good things for others, sometimes we don't just do good for others, but we want to announce it to everybody that we did good for others. But Greg did a great thing. I learned at that young age, I was barely out of high school myself, but I learned at that young age that when we serve others and we love others, we're to do it as unto Jesus and not do it for praise of men, but do it for praise of Jesus. So it was such an incredible act of service that over 40 years later, I'm still telling this story. So it inspired me back then, and that story still inspires me today. Hopefully this week you will find somebody that you can share the love of Jesus with, and do it not expecting praise from anybody, but just doing it because you love Jesus. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed this story. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.